guys brought a beer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got a few people. So, welcome to Denver, Colorado, my basement, the vault, whatever you want to call it. We're here in the Swamp headquarters. I've been doing a lot of organizing kind of this week and going through art prints. So I have a big stack of art prints. We'll try to get through them. We'll probably go pretty quick. Some are online, some are not. But basically, this is the beginning of a book that is going to be coming out in a year or so. There'll be more information about that later. Glad you guys could join. And here, we'll get going and we will go through some art prints. All right. Welcome to SWAMPCO's Check Out My Drawers. This is, like I said, might be the last episode for a while, so I hope you enjoy it, and we'll get some art prints going here. I found some really funny ones. This is actually, can you see that? Yeah, all right. So this is from 1991. This is the first print that I actually did on paper. I was practicing cutting rubyliths on this. This is it's my first print. Did 50 of them. I don't even think my name's on it anywhere. Maybe it is. I don't see it. But anyway, it was just a practice run. 1991. This is another classic from that era. 1991. Had to go for the early ones first. Like I said, you're probably not seen a lot of these, but you know what? It's all the same. Guess who that guy is? That's Papa Bush. If anyone couldn't see that. That's not even Baby Bush. That's the first Bush. Good times. There's an edition of 77 on those. Back then, yeah, 1991. I actually signed those with just print. Didn't even sign them. Here's some other early ones. This is some of these you'll recognize as rock posters also. Maybe you won't. A lot of the early stuff I did was collages. This was 1992. This was a Halloween thing. It's called Bats. And glows in the dark or glows under black light, very black lightish. But a lot of this early stuff was collages because since it's the last show, who cares, right?
I am the source, I am the stage, I'm not a loser, make you insane. I am the source, I am the stage, I'm not a loser, make you insane. See shit in the streets, well I know what to blame. I see you fighting over the food, tell me the same. I see you kill
go. There's a new release. Well, actually, this print is not a new release, but I got something special to show you. And we have a very limited pile of t-shirts. Look at that. Of this design. Working with Indie Ink here in Denver, Colorado, they actually printed these with discharge ink so you can't feel it. Completely no print job. You can't feel it. You wash that thing and it'll be soft as the t-shirt, which by the way is super soft. And this is a back print, and it's gonna have a little pocket print on it as of tomorrow. But yeah, not only do we have t-shirts of it, oh boy, we also have work shirts with the discharge, so you can't feel that ink when you're laying back in a hot chair and your back sweating. You just won't even feel that. It's awesome. These are 100% cotton work shirts, and we'll have these available in a bit after the show. And there are not very many of either of those, t-shirts or work shirts. So that was one of the releases that we're doing today. The Wild Ride t-shirts and work shirts. Kind of stoked on those. The 6-color discharge came out really nice, and I appreciate and thank Indie Ink and Abstract Denver. Their version of that will be available in their stores soon. They're having limited hours now, but they will be, hopefully all stores will be full time. And they're opening a new store, so stay tuned for that. Abstract Denver and Indie Ink. But anyway, there we go. Wild Ride. Life is a wild ride, isn't it? Alright, so we've seen that one before. That's the Nacho Kitty. These are 11 by 17. Nice little prints. These are available on the website, swampco.com. Alright, we're getting into Swamp Women. So, these Swamp Women, this was a series I did in the 90s. Some of you know about it, some of you don't. So I'll tell you about it. Swamp Women was a series I did in the 90s, actually. I'll start with this one, because this is the first one. This was the first Swamp Woman print. This was done in 96. The drawing I did in 94. But for a Super Suckers poster for emos, but I ended up doing a print in 96. This print was used in The Art of Rock, The Art of Modern Rock. It was a full page in that book. And we released these prints, and we released ding 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 t-shirts. And I found some. So look at that. There are girls' shirts on Classic Girls American Apparel. And, of course, guys, we won't forget you. There are guys' shirts. And these are on Gildan Ultra Soft or Ultra Cotton. Not Ultra Soft, Ultra Cotton. They are not the fitted shirts. Actually, check this one out. I use this one as a test print. So it's got cool stuff all over it. It's got the Nacho Kitty. It's got the COVID. It's got the Swamp Girl, Swamp Women. Then you flip it over and it's all COVIDed out. Pretty bitchin'. This was a test print. It's an XL. If anybody wants it, hit me up. There's only one of them. The regular versions of it are on just, the Swamp Woman. Those are on the website after the show. There's only a few left. Told you I was digging deep in these things, in these shelves. Found some cool stuff. But there you go. This is all Day Glow too, by the way. Okay, so this was my second Swamp Woman. This is the variant edition of 13. The regular edition, she has a birthmark, so you can see the difference there. This edition there were 55. This edition, the variant edition, there was only 13. There are not very many of these left, and as some of you might know, this design was also used for a 9 Inch Nails poster at Red Rocks. All right, here is Mosquito Swamp Woman. Mosquito was an awesome Dallas artist who unfortunately had an accident skateboarding last year and passed away of a head injury. So everyone should wear their helmets out there, I guess. Although I'm not that good at wearing a helmet all the time, but I probably should more. Mosquito played drums in a band, in bands with Fed Ups, with Bucket, and other people, and he was an awesome artist, did all kinds of cool stuff in Dallas, and we miss him. This is Mark Dancy's Swamp Woman. I think he called this the Venus, or the Southern Venus. I can't remember the title of it, but it is Mark Dancy was from Detroit, Michigan. If you're familiar with his art, he did Motor Booty magazine in the 90s. Awesome illustrator. He was also in a band called Big Chief, which was out of Detroit. They killed it, and not sure, I haven't talked to him in a while, but his art was always, and I'm sure is still, awesome. This is classic Swamp Woman, Mark Dancy, Motor Booty. Check him out, find him. Oh yeah, here you go. This was probably the most popular Swamp Woman, of course. And it is, this is a reject of a Pusshead Swamp Woman. I cannot find any of these, so don't ask. This is just a trash one that was on the wall in the old shop. So this is probably the hardest to find one. And of course, it's the master Pusshead. Oh, there's a variant version of Mosquitoes. Yeah, it's got the green instead of the black. Mosquito coming back. It looks actually really good in green also. This is Mr. X, Swamp Woman. Mr. X was an artist out of Austin at the time in the 90s. Hung out at Emo's a lot. Did some really cool originals. He actually drew this one night sitting in the bar. So if you remember or used to hang out at Emo's in the 90s, the original Emo's, basically you might be able to figure out what's going on in the background, because this was just any given night down there at Emo's Austin. 1995 on that one. All these prints were in editions of 99, and we did a bunch of them. Over the years, different artists would submit stuff, and I should bring it back sometime. I always wanted to do a calendar, but I only got to like 8. There's still time, I guess. Maybe one day. Scrojo. This one is Scrojo out of San Diego. Haven't seen Scrojo in a while, but I'm sure he's out there and still making art. Hopefully. I don't know, has anyone out there seen Scrojo lately? He used to do a lot of posters for San Diego shows, and he also did a lot of posters for a club in Aspen, Colorado, too. There's 2 of them. And that's the Swamp Woman stuff right there. Alright, next up. Here's a new release. Well, it's not really new, but I haven't released it. So today I'm releasing it. I've used it in a couple art shows. This is a piece that I did. Actually, it's a set. and or you can buy them individually or by the set. We're doing a sale on them for this show. Won't be around long, but I did these in the fall, and I was kind of goofing around with some new styles and colors, techniques, and overlays. This is a 6-color print. It's 16 by 20, and there are 4 different prints. This one is called Drift. This next one is called Float, and it's kind of a play on how you look at things. It's your perspective on an image and actually life in general. This one's called Float. This one is called Rise. And this one is called Fall. So you can understand that everything is depending on how you see something. You can look at it if you see it from a different angle, a different perspective, it could mean a totally different thing to you. All right.
Gonna tell you a story. Gonna tell you a tale. Story about the big boss, the one who controls the pain. needs to wait in. My name's been made. My name's been made. All the crazies know how to like. I make money for years on the block. And everybody knows me as my name is Lynn. 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 My name is Lynn.
So I appreciate everybody coming out today, and I'm happy everybody came and checked out the last 10 weeks of Check Out My Drawers. It will leave you a parting size, my cheerleaders there. And yeah, I'm not going to do any more shows for a while because not as many people are watching, but the shows are still on YouTube. Actually, condensed versions of them are a little bit easier to watch. And you can always check out SWAMPCO. I got some upcoming prints, t-shirts, there's some new stuff on the website. Hope you guys liked today's show. Message me if you see stuff that you saw on the show today. Contact me directly. I take Venmo, PayPal, whatever, Zeal, all that fun stuff. And that's about it. I think we're about to get kicked off of Instagram, so we'll zap this around. I don't know if anyone has any quick questions, but yeah, I got a minute left if anybody has a question. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys coming out, and I hope everybody's doing a lot better. I know it's kind of been crazy, and now with the riots, man, I don't know what to think. I think fucking cops always have sucked, and I grew up down south, so I get it, and I feel for everyone, and Black Lives Matter, and man, it's just crazy. I really hope this time there's some changes, but we'll see. I'm sure there will be, as every time this happens, but it really does. Things need to change, and they will never change when Trump's still in office. So please go vote and get him out. Biden's not the best, but he's a lot fucking better than Trump. So that's my fucking rant for this second, because we're about to lose Instagram. And stay tuned I'll be posting about the book. It'll be out in a year or so. I have a lot of work to do, as you can see. I have to start scanning and trying to figure out how this book's going to get laid out. If anybody wants to help, contact me. Oh, cheerleader.